Hello, and you're welcome to yet another edition of My Opinion on Cleveland TV. My name is Franca Lidemudia, and as always, I like to remind you to keep signing up on www.cleveland.com. All right, my guest this morning is Mr. Fred Chikason. He's a writer. He just wrote a book of his journey from Nigeria to Europe through land. Okay, so Mr. Fred Chikason, you're welcome to My Opinion.
Thank you, my sister. It's a pleasure to meet you this morning.
Yeah, so how are you today?
I'm fine.
Is that right? Now, I'd like you to introduce yourself first. I know I've done a bit of that, but let the audience get to know who you really are. Could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Sikodi Okwara from Imo State, the Delta South local government area.
Okay,
Imo State.
it's all right. You are obviously in Europe now. So before you left for Europe while in Nigeria, what were you into?
Yeah, I was doing my business as a trader and building my tracks in Coca.
Okay.
Coca in Lagos.
Okay, you were into business.
Yeah.
Why did you travel? Why did you have to travel if you were already into business in Nigeria?
Well, because of the bad economy of Nigeria, very bad economy of Nigeria.
Okay. What I was trying to ask is this: did you travel by air or land? So obviously, according to your book, you've traveled by land. Okay, so can you share the experience with us? Let's get to hear the experience.
Well, it's a long story, my sister, but the experience is a deadly risk. It's a deadly risk. I don't advise any of my relation to take that kind of risk by road in the desert.
It's all right. So I know you've already poured out your emotions in the book you wrote. Okay, but can we just hear a bit of it right from leaving Lagos till you get to Europe itself? Let's just get to know, see hear what you encountered along the way and all that.
Yeah, uh, this is not a story of people telling me about what's 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 happening or what is happening in the desert. This is what I've seen with my eye, and it's a very big experience to me, you know, where you people's jeep spoil in the desert, there's no food, no water at the center of the desert, you know. So, well, where are you going? How are you going to? Where are you trekking to? So the only thing is just to pray to God for God for God intervention, because desert. My sister is a long story.
So the desert experience, how was it like? How was the desert experience like?
But come again.
How was the desert experience like? The desert experience, how was it like?
The story, the story of the desert, that I passed through. Believe me, I don't know where to start. Am I going to start from Sokoto to the Nigeria, from Nigeria to first state of Algeria? You know, the main work, the main work is for you is in the desert. I don't advise any of my relations, to think of coming to Europe because number one, the food that you carry, the gari, or maybe you carry gari, it must finish. You carry water, it must finish. And if you hold money, there's nowhere to buy something to eat in the desert. And when your water finish, the next alternative now is to be is to be forcing yourself to peace, to drink to drink your peace.
So did you encounter things like that as in having to drink your own urine?
And even I think I'm praying to God for God to help me to provide urine to provide urine for me several times for me to drink. You know, I cannot tell I cannot talk how many times I drink my urine. So that is not in the desert. You know, a lot of people, a lot of men, when their urine finish, and if there is any woman around, they will be begging women, they will be begging women to provide the urine for the men, and even some women self are making shakara with their own personal urine to give a man in the desert, you know, because there's no water.
Trying to ask you what you went through in having to drink your own urine. The rest of your team, did they have to go through the same experience?
Same, because you know, all of us are together, all of us are together.
So did you encounter any death? Was
And
there any death recorded?
that is not that's in our group. Nobody died. The highest that was that thanks be to God. None of us.
Yeah, I asked a question. I said, when you talk about the wilderness or the desert, rather, how far was this desert we are talking about?
It's very,
Because
very far, believe me, man.
that the desert, many people will look at it like, for example, a journey from just, let's say, from Lagos to Badagry or something of that nature. Was it far?
No,
Was it?
from there, from Niger, from Niger to the first state of Nigeria is more than 700 kilometers, nearly 1,000 kilometers. From Niger to the first border of Algeria is more than 1,000. More than 1,000 kilometers. More than 1,000 kilometers. You know, imagine something our jeep run is up to, you know, that I think is up to 2 days, day and night before the jeep fall on the center of the desert. You think that is something that you can just start now and get there in the next 3 hours or 2 hours. No. From Algeria, you know, just crossing just from country from another country to another country. You know, I mean, it's a long journey now. From Nigeria, from Niger Republic to Algeria. You imagine, you think about it now. It's more than 1,000, and all is desert. All is desert. With the kind of the kind of sun that is beating in the desert is more than 60 degrees centigrade. It's more than 60 degrees centigrade.
You've obviously experienced the journey in person. Okay, so but what would be your advice, or what are you advising the Nigerian youth that will want to make such a journey in the future?
Well,
Anybody that wants to make such a journey?
my advice to anybody who is taking this kind of thinking of coming to Europe by land through desert to learn from me. Have to learn from me because this is a I don't advise anybody to do this kind of this.
Express yourself through the book. Now, let's talk about the book. Okay, if for example somebody wants to get the book, where and how can one get your book, My Journey to Europe by Land? How do one get it?
Yeah, to get the book, I think my telephone number we appear. Uh, telephone number, my email address we appear through this television. You see my telephone number, my email address. So to reach me, you know, just like that.
It's okay. So how much is the book?
The book, the price of the book, the one is €5. That's the price. Everybody's buying it. Everybody, all people. what is behind there.
abroad, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For your audience in Nigeria, what is the Nigeria rate for the book? How much is the book in Nigeria currency?
Okay, in Nigeria, if you convert in exchange rate, exchange rate, if you change €5 in exchange, I think €5 is about 3,000 naira, 3,200 naira, it's up to 4,000 naira. Equivalent, I think this is what I think, but I don't know that it's up to that. But I think you have to, you know.
Thank you for coming on the show this morning and telling us about, although we will have expected you to elaborate on the story, but you obviously were not able to do that because of emotions and all that. But all the same, we still want to thank you for being in the show this morning and do hope that your book sells and that those that read it get to learn one or two things just by reading the book and then advise themselves on the necessary action to take. So thank you so much once again for being my guest this morning.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's all right. Thank you, viewers, for staying with us. You've heard Mr. Fred Chikason. He wrote his book, a book of his journey from Nigeria to Europe through land. If you want to get any information from him or about the book, you can contact him through the number that have been displayed on the screen. But I still encourage you, get a copy of that book and then see for yourself if it is a journey, if it is a sacrifice that you want to make just to get to Europe. And until next week, when we come your way again with another episode and with another guest, I remain Frank and David are saying bye from here.
Thank you.